In Philadelphia today, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf sent out the call for criminal justice reform, but the man attracting most of the attention was rapper Meek Mill. Action News reporter Gray Hall has the story.
I feel like everything happens for a reason. What I went through is terrible, and I think it's a path that God put me on for a better time like right now.
Days after he was released from prison on parole violations, rapper Meek Mill joined forces with Governor Tom Wolf, state lawmakers, supporters, and community advocates to call for criminal justice reform in Pennsylvania.
It was a traumatic experience, and I'm happy to be back and be a part of what I call history, because I know it's a lot of voiceless men and people I personally know from being in prison, sitting next to them every day, who are dependent on me, and I feel like God has given me a great platform.
We know that there are a lot more like Meek in our prison. More people who belong on the outside but who are stuck in prison facing harsh sentences for small violations. They lose their freedom while all of us lose more of our tax dollars.
Back in November, Mill was sentenced to 2 to 4 years behind bars for parole violations. Many say his arrest was unfair and an example of how the criminal justice system disproportionately targets people of color. The state Supreme Court eventually ordered Mill to be released while he appeals his decade-old drug and gun convictions. Mill supporters are hoping his story will spark change in what they call a broken criminal justice system.
Although Meek was wrongfully convicted, his sacrifice must be a learning moment for all of us by highlighting the national need for immediate criminal justice reform. Starting in Pennsylvania.
His story is helping because it's putting a big spotlight on something that's been an issue for so many people that don't have his name, his platform, his media, his celebrity status. It's important because I represented many Meek Mills.
Mill and state leaders say they will continue to fight for reforms that are fairer and focus on rehab and not incarceration for minor offenses. The governor is now calling on lawmakers to get behind current reform legislation that is already in place. Those initiatives include bail and pretrial reforms and also comprehensive clean slate legislation. In Center City, Gray Hall, Channel 6, Action News.